Hiya folks, it's Bear. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail and my intro, today is a new installment in my Switching Lives with Other Booktubers series. I did the first video that I will link upstairs for you to go check out, where I swapped lives with my friend Heather from Aphrodite Reads. This time I'm doing it with Jocelyn from Yogi with a Book. So if you're not familiar with Jocelyn, she reads a lot of SFF, lots of SFF, very heavy SFF. Reads a lot of Latinx books, hosts some readathons. Jocelyn has a very impressive booktube book community resume, and I've always been kind of like inspired by Jocelyn, and she was such a big supporter of my channel from get-go, like helping me get arcs, putting me in contact with people, sending them my info, like publishers. Jocelyn has been a very big advocate for me in the community, and I'm so endlessly appreciative of her. This is kind of like the little vlog that could, because we tried to film this originally in May of 2020. We tried again in October, and I read all 3 books, and I did not vlog for shit. And now I can't find any of my vlog footage for any of them. All of that long rambling to say, this is a vlog where I will be reading and living as Jocelyn. That's why I'm wearing my yellow. Because Jocelyn, all about that yellow. We switched list of books that we thought the other one would like. However, I have expended all of the books that I have from that list, so I am cheating a teeny tiny bit. The 3 books that I will be reading this week are Nature Poem by Tommy Pico, which was on Jocelyn's original list. This is a poetry collection that follows a young indigenous poet who is just like going through society and living life. And he's an urban native. He hates nature. He would just rather like live in the city. And it's about him like reconnecting and being an urban native and all that stuff that I really enjoy. The next one I'm reading, kind of cheating, kind of not. Originally on the list that Jocelyn sent me was Certain Dark Things by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which is now out of print. And then an updated list contained Mexican Gothic. So we know that Jocelyn likes Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So what am I going to read for this? I'm going to read Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which I originally picked up on Jocelyn's recommendation. The 3rd book that I will be reading is, once again, cheating, but it is Eva Evergreen's Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. I've been in a really big middle grade mood lately. This was not on any of the lists that Jocelyn sent me. I've seen her recommend in recommendation videos, and she gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. Jocelyn does not snack while she reads, which is going to be hard for me because I'm a big snacker. Jocelyn reads in yoga stretches, which I don't know about y'all, but I don't think I have a yoga. My body doesn't move that way, so we're gonna try our hand at some beginner yoga. Jocelyn also loves horror films. That's something we share, and I know especially loves the film Midsommar, so I will be watching Midsommar. We will be just like embodying Jocelyn this week. That's the whole vibe. Jocelyn embodies me, I embody Jocelyn. That's what we're doing. I will be knocking out Nature Poem tonight. Then we might watch Midsommar before I go to bed. Hello, it's me, Bear, coming to tell you to read this fucking book. I am on page 40, and I've already gotten a little teary-eyed twice. The first time I got teary-eyed. Oh, but you don't look very Indian is a thing people feel comfortable saying to me on dates. What rhymes with fuck off and die? It's hard to look like something most people remember as a ghost, but I understand the allure of wanting to know. I know the lighting's really weird right now, I'm sorry. The amount of times that I have had people tell me that I don't look native enough, I don't look like an Indian, is astronomical. And reading things like that makes me, it just feels not good, but like I feel like, yes, there's someone out there who feels my anger at this, even though like I understand inherently that Native people who hear these things get pissed off. It's nice to just read it. It's nice to see it like present in a book. The other thing that made me feel emotional, and trigger warning, I'll pop it right here and you can mute it or come back to the video whenever this goes away. Indian teens have the highest rate of suicide of any population group in America. A white man can massacre 9 black people in a church and be fed Burger King by the cops afterwards. A presidential candidate gains a platform by saying Mexican immigrants are murderers and rapists. It's hard for me to imagine curiosity as anything more than pretext for colonialism. Like, damn. Tommy Pico can fucking write a poem. I really liked it. This book isn't even 80 pages long, and it had me cry 3 times. Oh my god. I'm trying not to cry right now. But I just finished it, so we'll talk about it at the end of the wrap up whenever I have more coherent thoughts. But I'm gonna clean up my face, get ready for bed, and we're gonna settle in and we're gonna watch Midsommar. Hi, it's the next day. What the fuck was Midsommar? I don't know. I liked it, but I don't think it was for me. We'll talk about it. I have feelings. I have thoughts and feelings and opinions. Right now, I'm getting ready for work. My ride will be here soon, and I still am completely naked. So, I have my yellow. It is the start of day 3. I'm 3 chapters into Eva Evergreen. I did not get to update you, though, on my lunch break, because Jocelyn doesn't eat while she reads. So it's either I eat on my 30-minute lunch break or I read on my 30-minute lunch break. But I think I'm doing pretty good so far. I've already finished Nature Poem. I watched Midsommar. I am like 3 chapters into Eva Evergreen. I'm really enjoying it, but the pacing is a little weird for me. We'll talk about that later. I will update you when I have something to update you on. Just want to do a little check-in. And I've worn so much yellow this week and it makes me happy. Hello. It is the next day. It's currently around 8 p.m. I have been very extremely productive today. I have finished Eva Evergreen, So My Magical Witch. I love it. It is a 5-star from me. Is it a technical, perfect 5-star? No. Is it an emotional, hit me in all the right places kind of 5-star? Yes, and we will talk about that later, at a later time. So, it is Monday, which means I don't have an off day until Friday, which means I need to edit a video for this week. I think I'm going to edit a middle grade video where I talk about middle grade books that I'm excited to read, which I filmed last week. Weird how editing works, how that video is going up like 3 days after I finished reading one of the books on the list. So I'm going to edit that and do, I don't know, Will and I might watch a movie. I don't know what we're gonna do. But yeah, I'm gonna focus on editing for the rest of the night. Then I'm going to try and do, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do yoga, but I do want to try and do some stretches. So I messaged Jocelyn about when we're going to post this, and Jocelyn, she still doesn't know that I'm filming it right now. So the one thing that's probably been the hardest for me while filming this is to not be able to eat or drink while reading. I didn't realize that was the thing that I did so much. So like I had lunch, but I couldn't read while I was eating lunch, and I only had 10 pages left of Eva Evergreen, and I just wanted to do both. But the only time I ever have in my day-to-day life to read is while I'm eating, really. Isn't that something? How do I even produce booktube content if I don't have time to read? I'm gonna go take a nap, then I have to edit a video and spend time with Will, so I will see you probably tomorrow. I am 67 pages into Gods of Jade and Shadow, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more this time than I was the first time that I read it. My hair looks like really hot right now. I look hot. I did, after work, do a yoga thing, a yoga routine. Another thing, too, Jocelyn drinks oolong tea and black tea. So I hate hot tea with like a fiery passion. I can't do hot tea. I've tried. It's not my thing. Does this count as tea? It is an organic cold brew black tea, which Jocelyn likes. Jocelyn likes black tea and oolong tea. And then I also have a golden oolong tea. Both of these are from Trader Joe's. The oolong tea is okay. I actually feel like it would be better hot than cold, or at least room temperature. But this one, y'all, this is fucking amazing. Hi, it's now currently the last day of filming this video, I think. I don't remember what day I started, but it's Friday. This is the last day I have to film this video. I have to finish Gods of Jade and Shadow, and I am on page 271, so I have like 60-ish more pages left. I just ate my lunch, but I couldn't read while I was eating my lunch. And then I didn't have time to do stretches before breakfast, but I couldn't eat during breakfast. And then I had to clean. Honestly, the hardest part of this whole vlogging experience has been like not reading while eating. I'm trying to take it chill, but I have a lot of laundry I have to do. I have some cleaning that needs to get done. I already took out the garbage, checked the mail. There's like, I need to be productive today. But my friend Angel is running some reading sprints later, so I'm gonna probably pop on there for a little bit and just chat in the comments. Don't know how much more I'm gonna vlog today because I need to get this book done, and then I need to film my wrap-up. And I have thoughts about Gods of Jade and Shadow that we will talk about in the little wrap-up portion of the video. But like, since we're here, I might as well like go ahead and take my thumbnail picture, right? It's so funny that I am doing the reading sprints with Angel right now, and I have like less than 30 pages left to go, and Jocelyn also popped into the reading sprint chat. And Angel was like, "What are y'all reading?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm reading Gods of Jade and Shadow for a vlog." And Jocelyn was like, "Oh, I approve of whatever this is." But Jocelyn doesn't know that I'm doing this right now. Jocelyn thinks that I'm posting a video that we filmed like last year. She doesn't know that I'm reading Gods of Jade and Shadow for the vlog, and I've just been sitting here trying not to laugh about it. I have like 15 minutes left in the sprint, so I'm going to try and finish it in this sprint. I need to read like 2 pages a minute, which I think I can do. So let's do the wrap up now. It is time for parting thoughts. Overall, over this week and also the other 2 weeks that I filmed this video, I think I've discovered a lot about Jocelyn's reading taste and how it lines up with mine. I gave all of the books that I read, all 9 books in total, either 3 to 5 stars. So we had 1 3-star, which was When the Moon Was Ours. We had 2 4-stars, Gods of Jade and Shadow and The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lo. And then we had 4 5-stars, those being Sal and Gabby Break the Universe, Eva Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch, Nature Poem by Tommy Pico, and Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Also, when it comes to movies, I rate my movies on a scale of 1 to 10, and I would give Midsommar a solid like 6 out of 10, maybe a 6.5 out of 10, so that's where that falls on my taste scale. I am drinking an oolong tea while I do this. The first book I read for this experiment was Nature Poem by Tommy Pico. I really enjoyed it. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do, and plus a little bit more. I really enjoyed the commentary of being an urban native and not feeling as connected to nature as everyone expects you to, and also as you feel like you should because your family and your culture has told you that you should. I found a lot of this very relatable, and it did make me cry a couple times. I really enjoyed this. Next book I read was Eva Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch, and this one I said upon initial read, like it had some issues with pacing. I definitely think that is true. This is not a technically perfect book, but it hit me in such a good personal thing that I love that it bumped it up to 5 stars. So I want you to understand that like my 5 stars are never necessarily like perfect books. Perfect technical books usually get a 4 star. 5 star is like for that extra little something that just hit me and made me feel good. There are lines in this book that made me cry a couple times. I teared up a lot, but ultimately it's a story about finding yourself and realizing that like even though you don't feel like you're good enough, if you have people that you can rely on, you can get through. And even if the only person that you can rely on is yourself, then you can make it through and you can do it if you just keep pushing and you just keep believing and finding your interpersonal magic. And then we have Gods of Jade and Shadow, which like while it's not a 5 star, I still really enjoyed. This book is probably the one that it took me the most to get through, and I don't know why. I expect it to either be very slow and very draggy or very like quick and punchy, and I think that this book is a very steady pace, which while it's not a bad thing, it was just not what I was expecting. If we're talking about things I took away from this book, other than like the writing being very nice and the characters and me falling in wholeheartedly on this romance that was just such a slow burn, necessary closeness, pining, slowly building tension. It was wonderful in that regard. A big theme in this book is sacrifice and going on your own journey and figuring out yourself. One thing that I noticed in all of the books that I read this week is that self-discovery is a huge thing that Jocelyn, I don't know if Jocelyn actively looks for it, but self-discovery and adventure and just learning about yourself and saying like fuck society's expectations is a thing that she apparently really likes. Now onto Midsummer. Midsummer is not my kind of movie. I don't have the patience to sit through a movie that long. I thought there were some very good scenes. I thought it was very eerie, it was very creepy, it was very well lit. It was just a little too long for me. Once again, it's a pacing thing. Midsummer was a very steady film. Did I love it? No. Did I appreciate a lot of what it did and I thought it was really cool? Yeah, pacing taste is different. I like things to be either very quick and punchy or slow and draggy and introspective, and Jocelyn seems to like more of a steady pace in her fiction. And now I'm really curious to see what Jocelyn thought about the books that she picked out to read for me, because I gave every book that I read from her at least a 4-star. But while we were talking about making this video initially, like whenever we first started discussing it, the only books that we could think of that we had both read and enjoyed were Rebecca Roanhorse's books and Wilder Girls, because Jocelyn tends to read more fantasy than I do. You know, I'm not a huge fantasy reader, and that's Jocelyn's wheelhouse, but I did get a couple of really good fantasy recommendations out of it. Other things I learned about myself. I suck at time management. I suck at carving out specific times to just read and not multitask while I do other things. I do like black tea more than I thought I did, and I can do yoga, and it doesn't have to put me in pain. That's another thing. Yoga's all about pacing yourself and doing it with your breaths, and like Jocelyn, I think I've discovered something about you that I don't even know that you looked for in your life. Ultimately, I really enjoyed my week living like Jocelyn. Like I said, this video has been almost a full year in the making, so I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm so glad that we finally got to do it and really sit down and get everything out for you, because Jocelyn and I have, like I said, been planning this for a year and trying to make it happen for a year, and the fact that it finally happened just makes me so happy. So I will leave Jocelyn's video linked for you to go check out. We're posting it at the exact same time, so at the time that you are watching this video, Jocelyn's video will also be live for you to go check out. Make sure you subscribe to her and make sure you're showing her all the love that you show me. I really appreciate it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like and subscribe and do all that good shit while you're down there. Hit the bell so you get notifications every time I upload. And you can also answer the comment question of the day, which today I want you to let me know how you feel about pacing in books. Do you like something that's more fast-paced? Do you like something a little bit slower? Do you like things that are steady? Do you like punchy and quick? Let me know how you feel about pacing in not just your books, but like your fictional stories, your media that you're consuming in general. If you don't have time, you don't have the spoons, you don't want to answer, then you can leave me an emoji, preferably a yellow heart, so I know you made it all the way until the end of the video, or you can leave me a smiley face emoticon if you don't have access to emojis on your keyboard. I will leave all the links that I've mentioned today downstairs, so make sure you go check that out, as well as links to all of Jocelyn's stuff. Go follow Jocelyn around the internet, and then go follow me around the internet if you're not already. You click on that link tree, you get my Instagram, my Twitter, my Goodreads, my PayPal, my wishlist, my coffee, my Facebook page, my TikTok, because I also decided I need to make a TikTok. So we just have all kinds of stuff going on right now, so just go down there and check it all out. Let me know who else you would like to see me do this video for, and if you're a booktuber who would like to do a fun little collab like this, and let me know. Hopefully it won't take us a year to get the video out, but alright, I hope you have a wonderful, whatever it is, wherever you are. I will see you next time for another video. Thank you for watching. Okay. Cool. Bye.